Something huge just dropped, and it's shaking the foundations of both Hollywood and the royal world. A $260 million lawsuit, shocking allegations, and Meghan Markle's name being pulled right into the middle of it all. This isn't just gossip, it's a domino effect of power, loyalty, and betrayal. What started with Tyler Perry has now spiraled into a PR nightmare for Meghan and Harry. Let's break down exactly what happened, why this lawsuit is going viral, and how it's exposing cracks in the image Meghan and Harry have carefully built over the past few years. The Tyler Perry bombshell. Tyler Perry isn't just a name in Hollywood, he's an institution. A man who took his vision and transformed it into an empire. From writing and directing to producing and acting, he built his brand from the ground up, without relying on traditional gatekeepers. Over the years, he became a symbol of creative independence and resilience, especially for underrepresented voices in the entertainment industry. But now, that reputation is being called into question in a way that has stunned even those closest to him. The headline? A $260 million lawsuit. Actor Derek Dixon, who worked under Perry's umbrella on shows like Ruthless and The Oval, has filed legal action, claiming that what appeared to be a promising career move turned into a troubling experience behind closed doors. According to the legal documents, Dixon alleges that Perry used his dominant position in the entertainment world to create an unhealthy and one-sided dynamic. This isn't just about a difficult boss or intense work demands. The allegations describe an environment where Dixon felt pressured and professionally cornered, where opportunities were dangled conditionally, and job stability was tied to personal interactions. It paints a picture of an imbalanced relationship where control, not collaboration, took center stage. And now, instead of focusing on his next major production, Perry is dealing with public scrutiny and a courtroom battle that threatens to change the way the industry views his legacy. The darker allegations. Derek Dixon's legal complaint goes far beyond general workplace tension. His claims describe a much more unsettling situation, one where professional roles were allegedly influenced not by talent or performance, but by behind-the-scenes decisions that felt personal in nature. He says it all started at a studio gathering in 2019. That's where he and Perry met, exchanged contact information, and began what Dixon believed was the start of a meaningful professional connection. Soon after, opportunities began rolling in, but according to Dixon, those chances came with unspoken expectations. Expectations that, if unmet, would carry consequences. The lawsuit claims that Dixon's character in The Oval, named Dale, was a key figure in the first season, but as the working relationship behind the scenes grew strained, Dixon alleges that Perry began using his authority to apply pressure. Eventually, Dale was written out in a dramatic fashion, shot multiple times on screen. Dixon contends this was no random plot twist. In his view, it was a calculated decision meant to serve as a message. Cooperate or watch your role disappear. The suggestion is that this creative choice wasn't about enhancing the story, it was about control. Perry's legal team has responded swiftly, calling the allegations false and claiming they are part of a deliberate attempt to extract money through public pressure. They've painted the lawsuit as entirely baseless, and Perry himself has stated that he refuses to be intimidated. Still, whether the claims hold up in court or not, they've already opened a broader conversation, one that reaches far beyond this one situation. It's about the extent of authority one person can wield in a creative space and how easily that power can blur professional boundaries when unchecked. Enter Meghan Markle. So how does Meghan Markle fit into this headline-grabbing lawsuit? It's more connected than you'd think. Tyler Perry isn't just a Hollywood acquaintance. He's someone Meghan and Harry trusted at one of the most critical points in their lives. When they stepped away from royal duties and were overwhelmed by global media, Perry gave them refuge, offering his private home, security, and emotional support. More than that, he was named Godfather to their daughter, Lilibet. That's not a casual connection, it's a deep bond. But now that Perry is facing serious allegations, Meghan's judgment is under fire. People are questioning why someone tied to such claims was given such a personal role in their family. It's not just guilt by association, it's about optics. For a public figure like Meghan, who's often framed herself around empowerment and trust, this link to Perry now feels risky, and critics are pointing to a pattern, aligning with powerful figures who later bring unwanted attention. Harry's growing discomfort. Meanwhile, Prince Harry is said to be quietly growing more uncomfortable. This isn't just about Perry's legal trouble. Insiders suggest Harry is frustrated by the pattern of high-profile relationships that seem to create new drama for the family. He left the royal world to protect his wife and children from constant intrusion, but lately, it feels like they've entered a different kind of spotlight. Behind the scenes, there's talk that Harry no longer feels confident about Perry's role as Godfather. That title means something sacred to him, and with these headlines, it's becoming a liability. He reportedly wants a quieter, more private life, while Meghan continues building her brand and embracing her platform. That difference is starting to show. While they may still appear united in public, this latest controversy has exposed deeper tensions behind the scenes. The double-edged sword. Tyler Perry's rise has always been seen as a story of persistence and independence. He built his empire by writing, directing, producing, and even acting in his own projects. He did it all without major studios controlling his vision. That level of control made him a trailblazer, but now it's under scrutiny. Derek Dixon's lawsuit paints a different picture, one where that same control may have been used not to uplift, but to pressure. Dixon claims his role on the Oval was threatened when he didn't meet Perry's behind-the-scenes expectations. Eventually, his character was written off, dramatically. And while Perry's team insists this was a creative decision, the timing and context raised eyebrows. It reignited conversations about unchecked power in Hollywood, how creative authority, when not balanced by accountability, can lead to troubling dynamics. For someone like Perry, whose brand was built on breaking barriers, this moment is forcing people to reevaluate the legacy he's worked so hard to protect. Backlash on Meghan. With Perry under fire, Meghan Markle is once again facing public backlash, this time for who she's chosen to trust. Critics argue that this isn't an isolated case. From Oprah to Spotify to Netflix, Meghan's partnerships have often started strong but ended in controversy. And now, with Perry in legal trouble, her relationship with him is being seen not as loyalty, but as another questionable judgment call. Every time someone in her circle makes headlines for the wrong reasons, it reflects back on her. People are asking, is Meghan building genuine connections or aligning with high-profile names for strategic gain? It's a tough spotlight, and one that Meghan knows all too well. She's tried to reshape her image around motherhood, strength, and purpose, but the Perry headlines are threatening to pull that narrative apart. And this time, it's not just about her, it's about her entire family. Clashing visions. Harry versus Meghan. One of the biggest issues brewing beneath the surface is how differently Meghan and Harry see their future. Meghan has always embraced public engagement. Whether through interviews, partnerships, or social media projects, she's leaned into visibility. Reports suggest she's preparing to relaunch on Instagram, line up brand deals, and build a lifestyle platform on her terms. But Harry, he's never been comfortable with that approach. Sources close to the couple say he's concerned about how public-facing Meghan's brand is becoming, especially when their children are involved. He reportedly doesn't want their kids on camera or turned into marketing tools. What started as a shared mission to escape royal control is now shifting into something more complicated. Meghan wants to build something bold and independent. Harry wants to protect what little piece they've carved out. And now, that tension is showing more than ever. The Godfather question. At the center of this tension is a personal decision with massive implications. Whether or not Tyler Perry should remain Godfather to their daughter, Lilibet. That role carries meaning. It's not just symbolic, it's about trust, legacy, and lifelong connection. But now, with Perry's name linked to a high-profile lawsuit, the title is under review. Insiders say Harry is having serious doubts, and those conversations are happening behind closed doors. Changing a godparent isn't something people take lightly. In royal tradition, it's a gesture of deep respect, and removing someone can send a very loud message. But when someone tied to your child is suddenly the subject of public allegations, what do? For Harry and Meghan, it's more than optics. It's about the people shaping their children's world and deciding who still deserves to be part of it. The bigger picture. At first glance, this may seem like just another Hollywood scandal playing out in the headlines. But when you take a step back, a larger pattern starts to emerge, one that goes far beyond Tyler Perry. For Meghan Markle, this is not the first time a close connection has backfired publicly. The high-profile Oprah interview, the fallout with Spotify, and the lukewarm response to her Netflix content have all left behind questions about her judgment and strategy. Critics argue that many of her partnerships start with powerful momentum, only to end with controversy or unfinished business. And now, Tyler Perry's involvement in a lawsuit is once again bringing that scrutiny right to her doorstep. It's not just about professional decisions anymore. It's about how those decisions reflect on the family as a whole, and Prince Harry seems to be feeling the weight of it. Sources close to the couple suggest he's quietly reflecting on their path, questioning whether their current lifestyle is bringing them the peace and protection they originally sought. There are even whispers that he's exploring ways to re-establish some form of connection with his roots in the UK. While it may not mean a full return to royal duties, it shows a desire for grounding, for something more familiar and steady. What's clear is that the life they imagined after stepping back from the royal spotlight has become something very different. The media glare hasn't gone away, it's simply changed shape. And instead of tabloid speculation from London, they now face an unpredictable swirl of Hollywood drama, business risk, and social media critique. The collision course. What started as a legal battle in Hollywood has turned into something far more personal for Meghan and Harry. This isn't just about Tyler Perry's lawsuit, it's about how closely public connections can shape private realities. When someone so close to their family is suddenly the focus of major controversy, it forces hard questions. Not just about trust, but about direction. Harry has always wanted to protect his family from the chaos he grew up in, but now that same chaos seems to be circling again. Only this time, it's coming from within their own circle. Meghan, focused on growth and visibility, is moving one way. Harry, drawn to privacy and stability, may be leaning the other. Their journey away from royal life was supposed to be a clean break, but with every new controversy, the line between public and private keeps shrinking, and now, even their most personal choices, like who they trust with their children, are becoming part of a much bigger story, one that feels less like a fairy tale and more like a collision course.